Peter Thiel's quest to cheat death. Welcome back to School of Soul. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Science of Age Reversal series. Peter Thiel once said, "Death is a problem that can be solved. Not feared, not respected. Solved." And if that sounds like arrogance, it's because Thiel doesn't see death as sacred. He sees it as an engineering failure. A billionaire venture capitalist and co-founder of PayPal, Palantir, and an early investor in Facebook, Thiel is known for controversial beliefs and bold moves. But in the field of life extension, he isn't just throwing around ideas, he's throwing around money. Strategic, targeted, no-holds-barred funding toward the wildest, most unregulated anti-aging ventures on the planet. Because for Peter Thiel, longevity isn't just a curiosity, it's a mission. Let's break down how he's trying to cheat death. Thiel has publicly expressed support and provided funding for parabiosis, the process of injecting younger blood into older bodies. This idea gained traction through mouse studies and later bled into controversial startups, some of which Thiel is rumored to have privately invested in. He's never outright admitted to trying it himself, but insiders say he's deeply intrigued by the results. Then there's cryonics, the science of freezing the body after legal death, in hopes that future technology can revive it. Thiel is an active member and financial supporter of Alcor, the leading cryonics organization. He's signed up to have his body preserved in liquid nitrogen the moment he dies, preserving his brain and identity in stasis until medical resurrection becomes possible. To most people, that sounds like science fiction. But to Thiel, it's just playing the long game. Cryonics isn't about defeating death today. It's about escaping it, even if it means waiting 200 years. It's a bet on future science. And for someone who made his fortune betting on the digital future, it's a bet he's comfortable making. But Thiel's longevity interests don't stop there. He's invested in Unity Biotechnology, which is developing senolytic drugs to kill aging cells. He's backed Halcyon Molecular, a startup that aimed to map and manipulate human DNA for radical health extension. And he's publicly expressed interest in nootropics, stem cell therapies, and even metformin, a diabetes drug with life-extending potential. Some call him visionary, others call him delusional. But what's undeniable is this: Peter Thiel isn't waiting for governments or universities to lead the way. He's using his wealth to accelerate death research from the outside, through private capital and experimental freedom. And that's where it gets complicated, because when billionaires take on biology, the ethics start to blur. Is Thiel funding life-saving science? Or is he playing God with technology the average person will never touch? And what happens when the man who helped build the surveillance state via Palantir also wants to live forever? These aren't just hypotheticals. These are real tensions between life extension and power extension, between survival and supremacy. If someone like Thiel lives to 150 or 200 or gets resurrected in 2300, he doesn't just carry his consciousness forward. He carries his ideology, his political influence, his worldview, forever. That's where spiritual alarm bells go off, because this isn't about healing the sick or elevating the human spirit. It's about control, about refusing to surrender, about turning human existence into a sandbox for endless experimentation, backed not by soul, but by capital. Even Thiel's diet reflects his mission. He follows strict regimens, avoids sugar like it's poison, and experiments with weird biological inputs to keep his markers young. He's obsessed with hormone levels, metabolic flexibility, and mitochondrial function. His identity is optimized, but disconnected from the natural rhythm of life and death. It's a pattern we keep seeing in the elite longevity crowd: control everything, at all costs. Hack your blood, your brain, your gut flora, until you feel untouchable. But here's the paradox. The more you try to conquer death, the more you reveal your fear of it. What if Peter Thiel's obsession with cheating death isn't visionary, but scared? What if all the funding, the freezing, the biohacking, the peptides, it's just a billionaire's panic response to the only thing his money can't buy yet? And what happens when people who fear death the most become the ones designing the future of life? This is the danger of philosophy without spirit. When living becomes a technical game, stripped of mystery, stripped of surrender, stripped of soul. When the sacred becomes a problem to solve. Because if death is just a bug to fix, then life becomes nothing more than an operating system to upgrade, infinitely, coldly, endlessly. And yet, Thiel is not alone. A growing network of ultra-wealthy figures are now pursuing the same vision, not just extending life, but redesigning it. Not dying is the new goal, not dying ever. Whether it's through plasma, cryonics, or gene-editing AI, the race is on. And while the rest of the world debates healthcare access and medical bankruptcy, the elite are mapping escape routes from the body itself. But death isn't a glitch in the system. It's the final teacher. It humbles us, equalizes us, reminds us that this experience isn't about forever. It's about presence. And if the goal of life becomes simply to avoid death, what kind of life is that? Peter Thiel may never die. He may wake up in 200 years in a lab, perfectly preserved and ready to reboot. But when he opens his eyes, will he remember how to live? Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author and SOS School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.